everybody, so today's video is going to be a first impression on the Klairs Mini Beauty Sponges. Blending sponges. That's what they call these, blending sponges. It is a pack of 3 that you get, and it is $6.50 US dollars. I guess $7.25 Canadian dollars. I don't know. But you get a 3-pack, and I guess these are supposed to be similar to, kind of a rip-off of the original Beauty Blender, the mini ones. I do not own a mini one, however, I do own the original Beauty Blender. I love this Beauty Blender. It's 20 bucks, or I think you can get it on Amazon for like 2 for $30, and it includes a cleaner or something. I don't know, but obviously I think we've all heard by now that Beauty Blender has these small ones that kind of look like this, but I think you might get 2 for 20, but even then I'm like, it's not that serious. So I decided to try out the Klairs ones to do a first impression. Again, this is what they look like. This one is damp, and in no means did it grow. So this is the damp one, and this is the non-damp one, and they are the same size. No difference in sizing, so I'm going to use a damp one and do my concealer. I can't believe that before YouTube taught me about contouring and highlighting, that this is literally all that I would do with my face. Like, I would put on foundation, my eyes, and blush, and that was it. Like, now I'm like dying without concealer in my face. For this video, I'm like, oh, this doesn't look right. Let's just do this video. This one looks like it has more concealer than this side, and that's okay. So I've been using my finger a lot to just kind of melt it into my face. Now the moment of truth. I feel like I'm not gonna like this. Because you know how they say like all those dupes for the original Beauty Blender, it's harder, it's not as like soft and bouncy and spongy. Because this is pretty dense. Like, it's very dense actually. Good luck to me, I guess. I don't know. Like, it's hard. This is like awkward. I feel like if you're not careful with it, it can actually pick up the product and like scoop it off your face. Like, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell by my facial expression, I don't fucking like this thing. It's, first of all, it's like, you know, you have to have your hands so clamped together to hold this tiny little thing. It kind of like becomes uncomfortable after a while. I felt like I saw a lot of product missing. Like, you could see where I jabbed it. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and say that it did help me blend out my concealer, obviously. I just don't think it's worth it. I think that a real beauty blender, just pop, 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 and you're done. You don't need this tiny little thing. I mean, even with this tiny thing, I feel like I have to like do those funny faces, you know, like open up your mouth, like stretch out your eyeball to make sure it really gets up there. But with this thing, I don't have to make those silly faces. And it blends out everything because it really kind of fits the contours of your face really well, because I feel like I'm doing an ad for the Beauty Blender. It, you know, blends from your waterline down to where it kind of needs to be blended out. With this thing, it's like, you gotta focus up here to make sure it's all blended, and then you gotta focus down here to make sure it's blended, so you don't have obviously just a white line going across your face. I don't find this worth it. I honestly would still say buy this thing. Again, they have those little ones that I haven't tried yet, but still, it's like, I feel like they made the little one just so it could really fit, you know, inside the contours of your face. Why? Why? Just use this. This fits perfectly, and I feel like it blends it out so much faster than this thing. So that is the final thoughts on the mini blending sponge from Klairs. I mean, okay, it did its job, okay? I'm not gonna lie, it did its job. It blended out my concealer great. I just feel like you can receive the same results as if you use your regular beauty blender. I guess for the price, it is cheaper. You do get 3 of these, and it does the same job. It blends out your concealer just fine. Me, personally, I find more value in the time I saved, and just having to dab and dab and dab and dab forever for something that's really dense and hard. You really are just jabbing yourself in the face. So for that value, I would just say go for a regular beauty blender. Or I feel like even the original Beauty Blender mini ones are probably going to be a little bit better than this, just because from what I've heard, all the dupes are harder and more denser than the originals. So I'm going to assume that these are harder and denser than the original mini ones as well. So that's my personal opinion. That is all I have to say. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in my next video.